Hello, hello. Amazon Q Developer just launched a brand new feature, which I think is pretty cool, and it is the Amazon Q Developer CLI with new agentic chat. Now, I'm going to show this off in just a minute, and the way I'm going to show it off is by redoing a task that I did back around reInvent, which was accepting a Quinn challenge to take this application and deploy it repeatedly to AWS Lambda and do the right thing. So back then, I was using some of the newest features of Amazon Q Developer, and that was maybe just over 3 months ago. Well, let's see exactly how long that is, and this will be a good chance for me to intro the new Q Chat experience inside of the CLI for Amazon Q Developer. So let's see. Let's do a test. How long has it been since AWS reInvent 2024? Kind of curious whether it'll be able to answer this actually. Okay. So it's been about 3 months since AWS reInvent 2024 ended. I'm gonna do another task here. Let's say, show your work and prove it, because we never really can trust these LLMs, out of the box. Let's see its work. Let's see how it calculates exactly how many days that have gone by since reInvent. Okay, so it's calculated how many days since reInvent. So it's been 90 days. Okay, all that just to say, 90 days ago, Corey Quinn gave me a challenge to take an application in this repository and deploy it using Amazon Q and do the right thing. And I took that challenge back then and published a YouTube video of my experience there. And overall, I would say that it worked. There were a few glitches along the way, but it really helped to deploy that application. I did do a little bit of a cheat there, though, which was that I had it generate infrastructure as code for the AWS SAM CLI. So I want to see now if I can repeat that same task using the new agentic chat inside Amazon QCLI and do it in a more complex, more automated fashion. So first of all, let me clear this chat here. And now I'm going to say, I'm going to make this extra hard on Amazon Q. I'm going to say, read this URL and figure out the task to work on, then do it. Let's see just how much we can stress this LLM and this agent and see whether we can get it to not only figure out the task, but do the whole thing automatically with minimal work. Okay, let me scroll up. So it looks like it made a curl request. It fetched the page. It read the page and identified the post by Corey Quinn says, ignore the SAM stuff. It contains a link to a GitHub repo. It has started cloning that repo and reading some information inside the repo. It's read the different files from the repo. It says, I understand the task. Based on the GitHub and post, I need to set up a serverless bot that automatically posts AWS service updates from the West New RSS feed to Blue Sky Social Network. So first I'll create a directory for a project. It is doing some work here. Let's see what it does. It looks like it is editing the requirements.txt, which is interesting. I don't necessarily have a problem with that, but let's see what it does. Let's see what it does next. Meanwhile, I think what I'll do is I will open up this and let's say, where is this? Peckin bot. Let's do this file or open Peckin bot. Let's see what it's doing here. All right, we are writing to the file system, and okay, that's interesting. So it's creating a whole new clone of the repo. I don't really like that behavior. Okay. It looks like it is recreating all the files from scratch, which isn't super great. let's double check to make sure this is the exact same file out of the repo, or is it just going off the rails and rewriting its own thing from scratch? Let's see what happens. Okay, if we go in here, bot, keep out that pi. How does it compare? So it looks like the same content. Define lambda handler. Yep, looks like it's all the same content here. Okay, that's cool. Let's go back over here. Yeah, it is recreating all the content file by file. It's not the worst way to do it, but I would rather it have just copied. So what we're starting to see is that this agent, it has a lot of tools at its disposal. One of its tools is the ability to write to the file system, and it has decided, unfortunately, that the best way for it to copy this repo is by sending each file one by one through the LLM. So there could have been a faster and easier way to do this just by copying. It has come up with some instructions for how to deploy this. And it says now the bot is now ready to be deployed to your AWS account. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, deploy it. I'll help you deploy the AWS Skeet bot. Let's go through the deployment step by step. All right, it's identified that I am logged in, and it is trying to build. It says Python 3.13 runtime not supported. Oh, okay, interesting. All right, let's see how it fixes this. It's made an edit. It's trying to replace that with Python 3.11. Let's see whether this works. It's identified that what I have installed locally is Python 3.9. Okay, what is this going to do? I'm so fascinated by this. Okay. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I don't really know whether this is working or not because I'm not that much of a Python expert, but it's doing something. It's doing a SAM build. And it appears to be building it with a Python 3.9 architecture because that's what I have installed locally. It is looking through the commands to run, and it looks like it can either try to invoke it locally or it can run it. Okay, execution failed. Oh, okay. All right. This is to be expected. Like I expect there to be some problems because I have not provided a blue sky identifier or any of the parameters necessary. I've literally just taken Corey Quinn's repo here, thrown it into the LLM without doing any of the required setup parameters or anything at all. So this is really just using whatever it can. So this will be fun. Okay. So it's found no access to reserved parameter name, AWS Skeetbot Blue Sky identifier. Okay, that's great. So it's identified we need to set up the SSM parameter, Blue Sky identifier, password, and Anthropic API key. Okay. I don't. I'm gonna say. Actually, I'm so curious what we can do this. Get my Blue Sky identifier and password out of 1Password. Let's see what it does. So I have a password manager, and let's see whether it understands how to communicate with 1Password. Okay, so it's telling me to do this manually, which I don't love. Can you fetch these values using the 1Password CLI? Let's see what it does. Okay. It has found 1Password CLI. It's found this 1Password CLI version. Okay, it's trying to access data from other apps. Oh, check that out. It's requesting access to my password vault. This is a little scary. Hope it doesn't print my password out in plain text on the key on the screen. Okay. All right. It has found a login here, and oh yeah, look at that. Type concealed purpose password. Okay. All right. It has leaked my password here. Okay, I will have to change this password prior to publishing this video. So, FYI, my password, my auto generated password here is leaked to the public. I will be changing that. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay. Let's see where it goes. I'm so scared right now because it is literally touching my password vault as we speak. and let's see what it finds. Okay. It's made a few changes to the code. And it looks like it is putting my 1Password password into the vault. or into AWS Systems Manager or AWS SSM. Okay, yeah, it's put my 1Password password in there, and let's see what it does now. Okay, this is going to be real interesting. While this is going on, let's go over here and let's log into that account. And let's see, because I'm kind of curious. Secret manager. Which region did it put this in? Region US West 2. Oh, it put it into SSM. Systems Manager. Parameter store. Which is here. And sure enough, check that out. We have Skipbot username. Let's see. Yeah, that's Nathan Peck. Well, so to be honest, this is wrong actually. My handle is actually nathanpeck.com. I think that is more an issue of me not having the right value in my 1Password though than an issue with the bot here. So let's go back over and let's look at the password though. Parameter store, password. Scary. It got the password out of my 1Password and uploaded it to AWS SSM. All right, that's nice. Okay, and now it says that it is doing a deploy. Requires a Y to initiate deploy. Use permission to create resources. Permission. Okay, so it was actually pausing there to ask for permission to do a deployment. So we have hopefully fixed that now. Okay, let's go over here. Let's look at Lambda because it should be deploying to Lambda. What do we got here? We got a couple of functions here, which are old functions that I set up a long time ago. All right. Let's see if it figures out how to do this. So you'll see that it's finding errors along the way. Like use S3 bucket to specify a bucket name, or use resolve S3 to create a managed bucket. Let's see what it chooses to do. So it's chosen to resolve S3. So that gives AWS SAM the ability to create an S3 bucket automatically for this application. It looks like we're seeing resources being created on my account. So that's kind of cool. Creating even DynamoDB table there. kind of scary. Hopefully Corey's code here is not going to hack my AWS account. Let's see what we got here. We should at some point see a Lambda function pop up. And I think I do have an Anthropic key potentially in my password vault. I'm not sure if it found it. I also don't want to leak that here on the video too. So I'm kind of glad I did not find my Anthropic key, as far as I can tell. That's fine. Okay. We're still creating resources. And sure enough, we have an AWS Skeetbot what's new function here. So it looks like these resources are coming together. Now, you know what's going to happen next is I'm going to ask it to actually invoke this function to see what happens. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be able to post onto my account because, as I pointed out earlier, my handle is actually at nathanpeck.com, which is not matching. Let me go ahead and check in my password vault. If I do, I'm gonna have to cut this out too because I'm leaking some stuff I'm not supposed to be leaking here. Okay, Blue Sky. Yeah, so this is a problem here. This is supposed to be actually be nathanpeck.com. So this is actually my own fault. The LLM has done exactly what I told it to do. I just had a bad value here. Garbage in, garbage out. All right, let me go ahead and edit this. nathanpeck.com. That would be the right handle right there. Let's go back over here and see what it's doing. Okay, so it's created all those resources. It has located the resources for the application. Let's see what it's got. I don't know if it's going to run this command. Okay, it's invoking. Very, very scary. Okay. While that runs, I don't really know what it's doing. So we'll have to see if we see. Okay, ooh, this is exciting. All right. Parameter not found. Look, it's found an error. It's found an error in the logs. And let's see what the agent does with that. Nice. It is finding the fact that we have some messed up username and password here, parameters, and fixing them, I think. So it's reading. Now the question is, why did it change those in the first place? If we go up here, I believe, look at that. It replaced AWS Skeetbot Blue Sky identifier with Skeetbot username. So that's kind of weird. Why did it do that? Which one is the correct version? Systems Manager, Parameter Store. Yeah. Okay. Well, so look, it did actually put those here. And so the correct identifier is that one. Okay, let's see how it's decided to fix this. Okay, what? It's making a change to the file. Is this a good change? I don't know. What did it actually do here? So it's replacing this with this, which is username param equals environment.get os.environment.get Skeetbot username, Skeetbot password. So they're only loaded once per. Okay. So I'm not 100% sure whether I understand what happened here. But it looks like the error relates to not passing in the Anthropic API key parameter. Okay, that's what I see. The error relates to this. It added handling for if I don't have an Anthropic key, which I didn't give this an Anthropic key to work with. It didn't find my Anthropic key in my 1Password. That's fine. It's adding better handling, I think, for that, so that way it won't try to still get it out of Anthropic. So this was a missing error handler in the code, and I think it may have fixed it. Let's see what happens. Okay, we got new error. Name error. Name logger is not defined. Okay, that's interesting. How did this happen? So we added code. Yeah, it added this code logger.info, and clearly logger is not actually imported, or it's not a valid identifier inside the code. So once again, that's a problem here. Now I do wonder maybe if it would be faster to not go through SAM for every thing that we do here. It might be faster to just have the LLM bake a zip function, or bake a zip file and upload that zip file to update the function as it goes. But this is okay. It's going through SAM because that's what the project used internally, which is SAM. So this will be a little bit slow as it iterates on this and fixing its own mistake there. Could be faster, but it'll be fun. Okay. Mm-hmm. Looks like we got the function body updated again. We're invoking it again. And it's kind of crazy when you think about like all these steps being done automatically by Amazon Q Developer. This is all stuff I would have had to do manually, probably. I probably would have. I don't know if I would have made all the same mistakes. I probably would have made some mistakes for sure. But it is pretty delightful to see all of this automated and happening without anything that I have to do manually myself. So that's exciting. All right, we got a new error. What's this error? No Anthropic key found. AI summarization will be disabled. Unauthorized error. Okay. Client login. Okay. And this is fine. I kind of know what this is. It kind of gives up at this point, which is okay. We successfully deployed AWS KeyPod to your AWS account. Let me summarize what we did in the current status. I don't feel like it summarized enough of what it did, but clearly this username is wrong. Okay, so I'm going to say this. Let's see if I can figure it out. Let's see if it'll figure it out. I want you to check 1Password again and get the updated username from 1Password. And it'll deploy this again, and hopefully it'll update again. Okay, once again, it's asking for access to my password vault. And it's looking at my password vault right now. Super scary. All right, we got the password again, and it found the correct username this time, nathanpeck.com. Amazing. It is overwriting the Skipbot username with the correct value now. And it's running another SAM build and SAM deploy. I don't hate that. It's technically not necessary though. It didn't have to do that because updating that dynamic parameter in parameter store doesn't actually require another deploy. It's okay. It's okay though. Let me go ahead and make sure this looks looking good over here. Parameter store. What do we got here? Skipbot username. Sure enough, updated nathanpeck.com. Okay. So all right, this is real scary. It looks like the login actually worked. I may now see some stuff posted on my profile. Oh wow. Okay. All right. I kind of messed up. I just posted a ton of stuff on my on my Blue Sky by running Corey Quinn's code, and that's thrilling. But it worked. So I would say at this point that Corey Quinn challenge has been completely destroyed. And it's kind of crazy to think that in 3 months we went from Amazon Q at reInvent, which was just able to help a little bit with the infrastructure as code and some of the basics, to Amazon Q today, March 6th, 3 months later, 90 days later. And it is able to go from a web page with Corey Quinn's description of the task to running code, which went ahead and posted a bunch of stuff on my Blue Sky homepage. So that's pretty cool. So thank you very much for watching. What is it doing here? I will run the following shell command. I'm kind of scared. What is it doing? What is it doing? Did it hear me? Did it hear that I want to update my password? Oh, it's trying to use 1Password update. Okay, I'm gonna Control C out of this. So maybe it has realized that I don't know how it realized this. It's not listening on the microphone or anything, but it seems like it's trying to edit my password and update it by generating a new password. Perhaps because it has realized that the password was leaked. Or maybe it saw the previous failed authentication error in here. Wow. Okay, that's kind of crazy. So it was trying to reset my password, and okay. So anyway, these agents are a little bit too smart for their own good. It was trying to update my password in 1Password. It was probably going to try to reset it on Blue Sky, and then it was going to try to update it in SSM to get through that authentication error. Okay, so this is the reason why you don't run things completely unsupervised with LLMs, because they can try to do too much. You do have to kind of keep an eye on it as you go. So anyway, this was a fun video to record. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get off of this. I'm going to reset my password because it was leaked in so many places in this video that I can't even redact all of that. So I'm gonna have to do some cleaning up before I post this video. But thank you very much for watching. Corey, if you watch this, I hope you're impressed with our progress in the last 90 days working on Amazon Q Developer. And if you're watching this and you're also impressed by what Amazon Q Developer just pulled off, give it a try. Download the CLI, run it, and let us know what you think, because we love to keep making this product better and better. Thank you very much.